Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Hey, hey.
Howdy.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Huh?
Bien.
Just bien?
See.
Did he say ESPN?
I think
ESPN.
so.
SOCKS. I can speak Spanish. Remember that on the Rush Limbaugh show?
Oh, damn.
No updates.
Well, to all our loyal listeners and viewers, I have to apologize. Last week I made a mistake, and I might have put out a little partial misinformation, and I'm sorry. Okay, please forgive me. You know, I've discussed it with T, and T said the best thing to do is just come clean and let everyone know that Sax Man told me wrong. And, you know, Sax, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have listened to you. It won't happen.
Who are you
again,
talking
though.
to?
I'm not. Wait a minute.
Who the
We're
hell are you
live?
talking to?
All right. On a serious note, though, last week when I said about Gavin Newsom and canceling Christmas tree lighting and all that, it was partially true and partially false. He did have a Christmas tree lighting, but it was done virtually, and it was only like 5 minutes long. From what I understood, I didn't watch the video or anything like that. And so the way that they normally do the Christmas tree lighting was canceled, but they did it virtually. So, for what it's worth, I'm sorry, for not getting all of my facts right. I hope y'all can please forgive me on that.
No, you're fired. No unemployment.
Now, something I am not going to let go. Any update on the cocaine found in the White House, or as we have known to come to call it, Cocaine Gate?
I've heard nothing.
Well, you can't hear anyway. So,
I'm still
Really?
going with confectioner sugar for Christmas cookies.
really, crickets,
Love Christmas cookies.
Vanguard.
No updates, buddy. I'm looking right now.
Y'all ever eat those thumb, the little sugar cookies when you put the little maraschino cherry in there?
Oh, yes.
Delicious. Delicious.
The middle?
Yep.
Oh, man.
I prefer the powdered donuts. But
I don't think I've ever had a Christmas cookie I didn't like.
I don't like about the only two cookies that I cannot do, pecan sandies and those Mexican Christmas cookies. It's like eating dirt, like really sweet dirt.
I'm not familiar with the Mexican Christmas cookie.
Well, if anybody ever says, "Hey, you want a little Mexican?" Actually, it's a Mexican wedding cookie. You ever want one of these Mexican wedding cookies? Just politely say no,
no
no,
mas.
thank, no, mas.
No mas.
No, thank you. Say it like that.
Damn. Well,
No English.
I don't know what your deal is with pecan sandy. Like hating on those, but I'll let you slide.
It's just the same. It's a texture thing. I love pecans. I love cookies. I just those two together. Nah.
Well, they make a type of. They're just called sandies. They don't have pecans in them.
Oh well, I may have to try that.
Of course, my wife likes those, and I have to hunt for them because it's not.
Right.
It's not a pecan sandy everybody else carries. But yeah. So, well, I think everybody has either been thrown off, we've been shadow banned, or they've been abducted by North Koreans. One of the three.
Don't forget about the aliens.
Well, that's possible. Green, you never know. the truth is out there.
All right, now I'm sticking with my story on the cocaine gate that it was the dog. That would explain why the dog's biting people, you know, and the dog is mysteriously disappeared in an undisclosed location because the dog's in rehab.
You never know.
I got nothing on Cocaine Gate other than it's just what it is. I mean, you know, it sounds to me like Hunter had some stuff for his Easy Bake Oven that got discovered, and it is what it is.
Yeah, it's the whole old thing of by not telling us who did it and going quiet, you're telling us who did it. So,
Yeah, I mean, it's not like, you know, the Justice Department's going to do anything.
No.
Hell, they're the probably ones that brought it. So, I mean, they can probably tell you the mule that brought that shit across the border, how it was muled in, how it got from the border to whichever dealer it ended up with, and how it got through the security at the White House and got accidentally found. They know every step of how that shit got in there, but you think they're going to tell anybody?
not when they're escorting illegals across the border. It's the least of their worries, man.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, I didn't get a chance to watch Leave the World Behind, aka Leave the Obamas Behind. I was going to watch it, and then all this shit broke loose. So, pulling the brakes. That's not to say I want to eventually watch it. It's just the premise pisses me off. Why couldn't you just leave it to the story and not put the undertones? You know what I'm saying? And this is not the first time Netflix has peddled some shit like this. You know, they like to peddle shit they shouldn't peddle. But since I didn't physically watch it, I'm going to let you and Vanguard kind of take it from here.
All right. So I did watch it. Unbeknownst to me, the directive force behind it apparently was the Obamas, which really makes it surprising that this movie came out. So there's several big actors in there, and what's the guy who plays Footloose? The OG
Kevin Bacon.
I would be the Kevin Bacon in this movie. Okay. I'm the one standing on my front porch with a shotgun, you know, saying, get the fuck out of here. You're not getting my shit, okay? So you can either leave or I'm going to be able to bury your ass, basically, okay? So basically, to sum this up now, the virus that was released was a little weird. It was an infectious disease that was released into the United States, right? And actually, if you pay attention to the movie, it's just supposedly they try to say it's released worldwide, and then once you get to the end of the movie, you find out that it's not. It's America, all right? So the 3 steps, and we've talked about several of these steps, right? So if you want to take a country out, first thing you do is put a virus out, right? Implement it. Make people sick, cause panic. Second thing, you cut out the comms, EMP, whatever the case may be. Right? And people tend to forget how easy it is for our systems to be hacked.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we had railroads hacked, we had pharmaceuticals hacked, just all kinds of crazy stuff. Right? Y'all remember that, right? Everybody forgot about all that stuff.
Don't forget about banking.
I mean, shit, China this week.
Yeah.
Huge hacking thing against the U.S.
So people forget about all of that, and it kind of gets thrown to the wayside. So in this movie, the process was virus, EMP, okay, communications, and then the coup de grace, which was, and it calls it that. And when they say that that's the third step that's about to happen. Now, Kevin Bacon's saying all this. All of a sudden, you see the girl standing there looking over out of the wood line towards the city, and then you see a mushroom cloud. City's gone. Now, at the end of this movie, they're depicting, and they kind of try to throw innuendos in there. There's these flyers that are floating around, and one of them's got like Arabic writing on it saying "Destroy America," and then the other ones, he said that the one that he found in his city was China. So they're kind of throwing the groundwork down that all countries pretty much turn on the U.S. And that's what this movie's about. Now, I hadn't looked into to see if the full scale of the Obamas being supporters or directive support of this movie or funding it, whatever the case may be. Now, this is a Netflix movie. If that tells y'all anything, it is weird. So anything that goes on Netflix is normally pretty off base. But anyway, if you look at the movie and read into it with an open mind, though, you'll see what I'm saying. The map is there. I mean, and it's a possibility. So, who else watched it on here?
How long is that movie?
It's kind of a long movie.
Yeah, it's a little long.
It's like
You
2
watched-
hours and 20 minutes or something.
Yeah, you watched it, Sax Man.
Yeah.
So what did you pick
I'm
up
gonna be
from?
I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I have really kind of no interest to watch anything the Obamas produce like that because that's 3 hours of my life I won't get back.
Yeah, and I get that.
Yeah. So, yeah, yeah, you go through all the steps, and like you said, Kevin Bacon and the guy at the end, he's sitting there basically saying exactly what a lot of us have said all the time, exactly what you said. I mean, there was some undertones in the show that kind of pissed me off there. It really did pit black against white there for a little while. With the little black girl and Julia Roberts.
Yeah, and then at the end, though, it kind of rectified that. It actually had a black guy and a white guy helping each other, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So it goes through a lot of steps, but if people don't pay attention to the movie, they won't understand it.
Right.
So if you got on your tunnel vision when you're watching this, you'll miss a lot of information.
Yep.
And the thing is this movie may have been put out not thinking that a person with my mindset or Saxman's mindset would read this completely different.
True.
So, and you also seen on there, and I don't want to disturb the movie for everybody, but Cash Value, right? They wanted to get that medicine from Kevin Bacon, right? And they're like, we'll give you $1,000. He's like, that ain't worth shit. I mean, ultimately, he wound up taking the cash and helping them because of something that the guy said. But either way, he was pretty much like, money's worth nothing.
Yeah. It's, in a situation like that, it is true. You got to protect your own. The interesting thing was, it shows you steps in there how to, if you're a foreign country that is not a global superpower like China, the United States, what Russia used to be, you do all the steps. But the smart part about it is, what the guy was saying in the end was the fact that all of these steps just lead to a breakdown of, breakdown of government, breakdown, you don't trust anybody. And it's specifically targeted to make the American public turn on each other, which is, if you think about it, if something like this would have happened back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, probably not as apt to because we were a little bit more homogenous as we are, than we are now in our thinking. Because now it's, you've got left, right, and the just the pink hairs. And unfortunately, those pink hairs that have been, brainwashed by liberal colleges and public school, they're out there and they vote and they reproduce. Unfortunately,
Wait a minute. You just said something that scares me worse than anything. They have the ability to reproduce.
well, yeah, they get ding dings and hoo hoos.
Although they're confused about why they have them.
This is true. I mean,
Look, I got a real simple question to ask people. It's real simple to find out their sex. Either you have a hole or a pole. That's it.
You mean a front butt or no front butt?
I wouldn't complicate it.
No, let's don't add orifices. That creates
Hole or
problems.
pole. Hole or pole. It's simple, right? Either you got a hole or a pole.
That's it. That's it.
There it is.
Going back to what we were just talking about, you were talking about the flyers that they had found. Let's go a step further. And what if it was a false flag? What if your own government or an entity within the government put those flyers out there to sow distrust?
Well, that's the thing. You're right on spot, T, because when he showed the guy, he said it was the Koreans. I think I'm right, Saxman. He said it was the Koreans. And then Kevin Bacon was like, no, my buddy that was military said it was the Chinese, or no, he said it was the Koreans. And the guy that was there said it was the
Arabs.
He had an Arab flyer. So there was different flyers put out all over the country.
Yeah, see, and that makes me think there could be someone within our own government or our own country setting that up.
Yeah, it's a spread of misinformation. Killing comms. Basically, if you can isolate people and make them scared,
You can do anything you want.
yeah, you can do anything you want to with them.
And
You
what
just
if
got
that's
to have logistics.
hey, what if that's the reason that Obama's backed this movie is to put it out?
I was going to say he is the great, basically the one that started all this shit. Well,
He's a community organizer now. Give him his props.
yeah, exactly. He did a great job, in 8 years of dividing the country. So
He can organize the shit out of a barbecue or a damn protest.
right.
You mean
As
a
long as
peaceful
it's-
protest?
Well, it's all about perception, Moose.
Mostly peaceful then?
Another man's peaceful, one man's peaceful, another man's not peaceful. Just, it's all about perception.
I bet he was a hoot at Luau's.
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't know why people can't look. We had a peaceful protest in our town. I think I told you about this, T. We had one purple-haired guy standing at the courthouse holding one sign. Okay, one guy, young. All right. Then the parade of golf carts come by. We have a golf cart lane in our town. We're allowed to drive golf carts everywhere and anywhere, right?
Yep.
Just not after 10 and not before 6 a.m., which makes sense, right? So this we're gonna call it a motorcade, all intent purposes, right?
Yeah.
I thought that we're gonna call it pretty much a militia convoy rolled through this area, right, and kind of gave the old stare and look. It wasn't 10 minutes. He packed this shit up and went home.
Well, it's good. He had a little bit of common sense.
Well, I think he was, he'd only had the permit from like maybe 4 to 5, and y'all came through at 4:45. So
No, actually, there are no permits required in my town.
oh, okay,
Could be his mom texted and told him his Hot Pockets were ready.
Yeah,
That's right.
Just saying.
Yeah, Uber Eats will be there at 5 o'clock. Oh fuck, my McNuggets are here. There we go. Hope they brought some Sun Young Guy sauce.
Some young guys.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Well, I'm sure eventually I'll sit down and watch the movie. It's just when all this stuff came up about who was involved with it and everything else, and then the comments about you can't trust white folks. There's a here. This is just an observation, and y'all can tell me I'm totally full of shit and I'm right. But okay, help me to understand the characters here. You've got the one family there that are renting the house, right?
right.
And they're white.
Yep.
The owner of said house, or B&B, or whatever the hell it is renting, is a black dude and his daughter, correct?
Yeah. Right.
So, under the premise of his daughter, we shouldn't trust white people.
So okay, yeah, but she's been to college, and that's where she's gotten her
Oh, okay. So you're saying she spent a lot of time at
Wesleyan or
right, Berkeley?
Cambridge or Harvard.
Wow.
Yeah, pick an Ivy League. The father is a lot more chill, than the daughter is.
Right, but see, that's what me and Sax Man's getting at is there's so many small hidden things in this movie that if you read into it, it's showing you.
Right.
So now, it turns out that daughter actually found out that the way she was feeling to begin with was all bullshit.
Okay.
That all gets corrected throughout the movie.
Okay.
She wound up with Sandra Bullock, didn't she?
Yeah.
Not Sandra Bullock. What's her name?
Yeah, Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts. I get all the crazies mixed up. Shows you how much I pay attention. But anyway, so it throws these little innuendos in there that if you pick up on the rhythms of them, you're like, oh, hold on a damn minute now. Let me pause this shit and think about this a second.
Yeah.
But it puts everything in there. It shows race separation in there. It shows unity at the end, kind of unity, right?
Right.
And then it shows the steps throughout the process. And I don't know if any of y'all paid attention to it, but there's been a lot of movies that came out in the past that turned out to be what actually happened in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, real quick, Vanguard, did you catch the part, when Ethan Hawke is sitting there at the end and he's trying to, get medicine for the kid and trying not to, for the other two guys to kill each other. He's basically, he says, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to survive. I don't know how to, teaching is the only thing that I know. I am a useless man.
Yeah.
And that's right. I mean, that's, 70% of, I'd say 70. I'm just grabbing a number. I'm saying a large percentage of the people out there are, God love them. They're, during something like that, they're useless.
Right. And guess what? It painted Kevin Bacon as the survivalist. And guess what? He had the fucking hand with the 4 aces in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He was in control of the situation.
Yep.
And I mean, he was pretty much, when both of them pulled a gun on there, he didn't fold her at all. He was like, I'm gonna fucking blast you. That's just the way it is. One of us is gonna die.
Right.
And my money was on that 12-gauge slide barrel. I'm just saying.
Yep.
The great equalizer.
Yeah, point blank range. I mean, the odds are in his favor.
Yep. Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, I mean, if you open-mindedly watch this movie,
Sure.
forget about the Obama situation. I think it's a seed. Honestly, I think that movie was a seed to be planted.
Okay. I'll give it a shot.
And it goes through, but it puts small little hints in there at shit that's going on.
Yeah, you really gotta. I watched it as kind of like I got 2 hours before I'm going to bed, and nobody else was out, so it was easy. Watch it with no distractions because you will catch a lot of stuff in there that is just Yeah. As you sit back and think about it, you're like, oh, son of a,
Yep.
you know,
And the thing is what's bad about it is when you're watching, you're gonna be like, oh shit, that's already happened. This is happening right now. You're like, what the fuck?
Uh-huh. Just remember the people that are involved as executive producers have actively had their hand in other things. And you can just build from there.
Yeah. I mean,
Big Mike and its husband have been involved in a lot of shady shit.
well, who better to know the truth to be able to put it in a movie, huh?
exactly.
Back in the late 80s, Louisiana National Guard did a war game. And it was, like, all right, we're going to have, like, over here, disperse out, like, a little guerrilla army, and then we're going to go in and see if we can catch them or whatever. And my uncle was in charge of the guerrilla army. And him, they said, you can pick your team and all that. Well, he picked everybody that served in Vietnam, and had war experience and everything. And he said, we're going to get to go, capture, American troops and everything and all that. First thing they did was take out comms. Second thing they did, he said, was they took out like the mess hall and the, porta johns and all that.
Yep.
And, then they started taking prisoners. At that point, they made it as uncomfortable. They took out comms. They took out everything. You can think of just to make it miserable for that whole. It was supposed to be a week war game, and then they called it like day 5 because I think only one of their guys got captured, and that was an intentional capture, so he could go in and basically blow himself up, inside their little. They had set up a mobile command, he said, and they took out the mobile command when they were, quote, debriefing the prisoner they had captured. And anyway, long story short, that was the last time they let my uncle do that. Because, they just weren't ready for it. And he said it was pretty comical because, all these lieutenants and stuff running around that had no real experience didn't know how to handle it.
Well, you think about comms, right? And we've talked about this before. When, let's just say, hypothetically, an EMP hit, right?
Yeah.
And these fuckers can't scroll through their TikToks, right? they can't get their Snapchats. They can't put their Snapchat filters on and then send.
Can't check email. They're going to lose their shit.
Yeah, the panic will set in like you wouldn't believe. It would completely disrupt their entire wave process of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it's just going to cause pandemonium. Everybody's just going to be psycho. They'll go insane.
Think about this. In September, in the first 20 days of September, you had 6,900 illegal aliens, not just from Mexico. You're talking South America. You're talking the Middle East, North Africa, and China. Okay. Those are crossing into the United States unchecked. Now, if you were a country or a cluster of countries that wanted to take down, the global superpower, that's the perfect way. You're betting on the fact that, America is divided right now politically. But, this is 100% above what, the Russian sleeper cells and stuff like that during the 70s and 80s were doing. If you were going to knock out nuclear facilities, cell towers, stuff like that, so freaking easy.
I'm about to piggyback off of that, Sax, man. I really scared the shit out of everybody. So they're trying to pass a bill. I don't know if y'all are aware of this, but they are trying to pass a bill that allows illegal immigrants that if they serve a certain amount of time in the military, they get citizenship. Anybody heard about that?
I thought
Oh,
that
yeah.
already was a bill.
I think I did.
They're trying to get it passed. So,
Who's pushing this?
let me pull it up.
While he's pulling it up, you remember Black Hawk Down, right?
Yeah.
All right. Now you remember the big bad guy that was in Black Hawk Down, right?
Yep.
That they were trying to get.
Yep.
His son was in the Army, right? You know where his son is now? He was in the U.S. Army.
Back in Somalia.
Yeah, he's back in Somalia as one of these leaders. It is super common that you have. It's already a thing. You have these guys that they'll go in, they'll do their 2 or 4 years, whatever they're signed up for, and go back and use that information to run drugs for gangs. All of these, gold teeth that you see on Instagram and TikTok that are shooting their shit sideways with, that's them.
You gotta love it.
All right,
Oh,
so
yeah.
the House did pass this, guys.
Fuck.
Okay, House passes. Immigration bill includes Thompson provision to extend veteran neutralization period. So what this will allow is illegal immigrants to serve in the military for an allotted time to gain citizenship.
Fuck. This creates two problems. It opens the door just like you just said, but it fills the gaps for the recruiting with a bunch of people who have no real vested interest in protecting this country.
Yep.
They're there to fill a gap, to achieve a goal, or to gather intelligence for a foreign enemy.
What better way to sabotage from within?
Let's get 40 or 50 of them and put them in a nuclear subfleet. There you go. Give them security clearance.
Oh, better yet, let's get 40 or 50 of them and put them at Barksdale Air Force Base.
Yeah.
That's the home of our B-52 fleet.
Yeah. I mean, just scatter them around a little bit everywhere, let them get their feet wet in every fucking niche of the military. If it's got nuclear ordnance, that's even better. Or biological ordnance, we like that too. Let's go ahead and get a few of them in there too. Just fill all them gaps.
So what they did, this is what they did. Okay, the military already allowed legal immigrants, to serve in our military, right? That was already there.
Yep.
And currently today there's 45,000 immigrants serving in the U.S. military. So what they did is they went in and kind of redacted this bill, right, to allow illegal immigrants to serve for citizenship. So you talk about sleeper cells. Where's the best place to put those at? In the military. So what if one of these individuals, happens to, they're not just going to send dumbasses over here. They're going to send somebody that already has intel capabilities, right? That knows how to extract certain information. They're going to put them in the military, right? And they're going to push their way to get into the intel side of our military platform. And then guess what? There's no holds bar on what they can send back.
Yeah, but think about this. So let's suppose that you get sleepers into the military. Let's suppose that you get them in the different battle groups, like say Pacific Fleet, whatever, and they sabotage a fucking carrier, a destroyer, a hospital ship. I mean, think of the damage they.
Well, let's just say
in the middle of a possible
hang on,
conflict, you disable half the fucking aircraft carriers.
Hang on a second. Let me take you a step further there, T. Let's say you run one through Buds and you get him on a SEAL team, and then all of a sudden he has information about a mission that's about to go down that night, and he picks the phone up and calls his buddy, and his buddy calls back home and says, "Hey, y'all are about to get attacked tonight. Here's the skinny on it."
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. It's reckless. You know, our
You
government.
know, or like you said, for example, Barksdale Air Force Base, home of our B-52 fleet, there are nuclear weapons there at the fleet. At the base. Let's just say they load up a couple of bombs and get on a B-52 that's supposed to fly from, I don't know, Shreveport to Washington. And all of a sudden, 2 nukes come up missing and they accidentally get dropped somewhere between Barksdale and Washington. Because they got a pilot that's a sleeper and a couple of guys, the air crewmen, are sleepers. And the minute they get airborne, they take out everyone on the plane.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a bad position to be in. With the way things are around the globe, I mean, no country needs to attack us and invade us. We'll fuck ourselves at the rate we're going.
I mean, that's just this dumb country boy thinking here. So if I can think of this shit, that should scare everyone here. Like, really scare everyone here.
Yeah. I agree. Well, moving on to the next glorious subject for the evening.
Oh, Lord.
How's everybody feel about this supposed upcoming gunpowder shortage after the first of the year?
Are y'all just trying to give me nightmares for the next week?
Hey, look, we're just bringing the bad shit as it drops. I don't know what to tell you, brother. I mean, it is what it is. Facts, Patriot Nation. I agree 110%, brother. My first concern is, for those of you who are familiar with business, excuse me, I'm trying to keep coughing the whole time through this. Vista Outdoor is one of the biggest ammo distributors here in the States. And it covers Olin and several other companies, which is Winchester, Remington, amongst several others. Well, it was bought out by a Czechoslovakian firm. Why you would sell a fucking ammunition conglomerate here in the States to a foreign entity, yet again, somebody wasn't watching the steering wheel when it happened. That shit shouldn't be able to happen. But it did. And this is the company that stepped out there and said, oh, by the way, after the first year, look for a significant uptick in price because of the shortage of gunpowder after the first year. Vista Outdoors also guaranteed the Ukraine 1 million rounds. Now, in the overall scheme of things, when you're a huge manufacturer, I guess 1 million rounds isn't that much. But if you're taking 1 million rounds that normally be available to the private sector, and you're giving it to that bunch of fucktards, which I'd like to point out, does anybody here, we get hacked every other fucking day because we've got the infrastructure of a Kmart that's going out of business, okay? Or security on our infrastructure of Kmart going out of business.
Right.
So you understand that until the Ukraine pissed on Putin's shoes and started this bullshit, or however it happened, I'm going to blame Ukraine because they like to push the chest out, that they were hacking us.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, okay, so here's a country that we already know is corrupt. They openly had people hacking us. And for whatever reason, the politicians are butthurt because we got to keep sending money and hardware, to keep them in the fight against a superpower who they shouldn't be fucking with to begin with. Well, I digress. the whole thing is that, we go back to this ammunition and whatnot, and it's another way for them to chip away at our ability to defend ourselves. And if you allow manufacturing to be purchased by these foreign entities, whether it's ammo manufacturing, weapons manufacturing, I mean, fucking A, before you know it, they'll be buying all the fucking polymer where you can't get no fucking receivers built or anything else, or aluminum.
Don't give me any ideas, man.
Well, look, they already bought all the fucking, if I'm not mistaken, the Chinese control all the concrete.
3D
Right.
print.
So, you're letting all these foreign countries come in and buy textile manufacturing shit and control it. That's asinine. Because if a country comes in, a foreign entity comes in, and they decide that they don't like us, they can shut down our ability to manufacture.
Yeah.
And then what do you do? We already rely on how much for fucking medication from overseas. How
Pretty
much,
much all of it, almost.
right. And where does most of the fun come from? China, where they have the highest quality control. Just saying. You have to excuse this if you can hear a chicken in the background. My wife currently trying to soak the foot of one in my damn living room.
Oh, no.
Long story for another show. But anyways, if you hear a cackling, that's what it is. But I digress. Going back to what I was saying, this whole situation where we got these foreign countries with impacting so many different aspects of our day-to-day living and our ability to create commerce and different things. We're no longer that shining light to everybody else in the world. We're kind of like a candle that somebody keeps trying to blow out.
Right. Well, yeah, exactly what you're talking about right now. During the whole COVID scare, the ships waiting offshore for months. That was a perfect test run to see, what are these people going to do? Are they going to start rioting in the streets over toilet paper, and candy bars or what? And in some places, yes, they will.
Yeah. I mean, I see a lot of things getting ready to kind of repeat themselves. We went through all this after Bedshitter got in office and COVID hit wide open. We watched all the shady shit start happening. I'm seeing it ramping up again. We all know we got another election coming up. We all know what that election is going to entail. I don't have to spell it out for anybody here because everyone has more than 30 IQ points and can write clearly without crayons.
Hey, don't knock me writing with a crayon, all right?
I'm not knocking you right with crayons. I'm saying you can write with something other than. So,
yeah, but I prefer the purple and yellow and red crayons.
whatever you prefer, that's between you and whatever. That's between you and them. But the point being, you go back to this stuff. Everybody knows what's being ramped up to. Be looking for some other shady shit to happen. Be looking for another health scare, something to keep people indoors and scare them from getting out to vote. Now, something I did see that was interesting. I've noticed locally here, and I don't know about all of you, but I do business at a post office periodically because of what I do on the side, my side gig. And I've noticed they don't have outdoor drop boxes anymore.
Notice that.
And that makes I got to wonder why that is. Now, in a perfect world, it means somebody woke the fuck up and said, hey, this got manipulated. We're not going to give the opportunity this time. You want to come and drop a bunch of shit in here, we're going to have you on camera. Now, we'll wait and see. Or it could be that you just got a bunch of lazy postal workers who don't want to go outside and get wet, cold, whatever. I mean,
That's what I'm thinking.
it could be a 50-50. I'm thinking more than likely it's the lazy postal workers because I think they get them from the same pool they get the DMV people. I might be wrong, but they all seem to come from the same stock of why am I here? Why are you bothering me? I want to play Duck or whatever the fuck, Angry Birds, and drink my coffee with me alone.
I was going to say Burger King people.
I don't know, dude. That's the two places you're guaranteed to go in, and 9 times out of 10, the people just suck. You might find one that isn't having a bad day. My guess is either they're high on something or they're new hires.
Right.
It's one or the other. Definitely not a career employee. But yeah, so just an observation I made. Another thing, going back to the ammo, I know I've read somewhere a while back that, you know, all these people are talking about ammo shortages, and that in fact, now I can't cite the source because I don't remember where I saw it, and I read so much shit throughout the course of time. It's my bad for not citing it. But in the source, it said that most of these ammo manufacturers have tractor trailer loads of ordnance on site. They're just sitting on it to control the flow. You control the supply, you control the demand, therefore you control the price. If you make it where you can't find a box of 9mm, you can charge $50 a box for it. And you think these fuckers aren't greedy? They'll do that shit all day long, especially if it's a foreign-owned company.
Oh yeah.
Think that shit through, folks. Just like the concrete. I mean, you know, something to think about.
Which is pretty much the only caliber that I cannot find other than it. I mean, if you're going to do it locally, other than like Bass Pro or something like that.
Try Academy.
Yeah, Academy has some too.
You can mail order it if you're comfortable
True.
with that for about 1,000 rounds, $250.
Yeah.
Won't be hollow point, but it'll work. Yeah. So okay, I will shut up. I'll take over.
We're just a plethora of wonderful news tonight.
That's how we roll, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all we need to just take the car keys away from T and just tell him no more reading on the internet for a day.
Good luck.
And T, my kid will be calling you and saying thanks for giving my dad nightmares every night this week.
Okay. Just understand if he goes straight to voicemail, I can't help him.
Hell, he'll keep calling. Don't worry.
That's all right.
He's persistent.
Holy shit. Yeah, I'll be right back.
All right.
That wasn't good. Holy shit. Be right back.
That raises more questions than answers them. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeesh.
I mean, is he looking out his window and just saw a mushroom cloud? I mean, what?
Well, Sex Man, you know, he went from the fringe of the hood to the street on the edge of the hood. So he got a little bit closer in there. And he's in a much more enclosed space than what he was. The difference is, at least, he doesn't have people 50 feet from him randomly shooting shit or smoking blunts under the gazebo doing donuts. I mean, he gave those two things up, which actually were really fun if you were in the right frame of mind. But now he's kind of surrounded by it, and I'm of the mindset that he needs to befriend some of his plethora of ethnic individuals around him.
Sorry, I thought that was a guess your caliber right next door.
That's what I was wondering what happened. I was trying to
Oh,
explain
yeah.
that demographics had changed a little bit on you. You know, you
Yeah.
might need to reevaluate your current situation.
Yeah, it'll change eventually.
Well, I was telling him I thought maybe you need to befriend some of your differing ethnic organizations around you, trying to give you some safe passage and some protection.
Right.
You know, you never know.
Yeah, you seen the movie Get Hard, right?
Yeah. That was
No.
funny shit. That was funny.
You are now called Mayo.
Mayo. I'm a Mayo devil.
If you haven't seen Get Hard, you need to.
I have not.
You need to watch it.
Oh my God.
It's one of Kevin Hart's better movies. If you like Kevin Hart, it's worth watching.
Okay.
Put it
You
in
know,
your
put
prison
this in
wallet.
your prison purse.
Doesn't he give him cornrows at one point?
Yeah, and a grill.
That's right. Oh, yeah. He hooks Mayo up.
If I remember right, at the end of it, he pulls out like 3 shanks out of his prison purse.
And
Oh,
a pistol.
yeah.
And a fucking pistol.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Good times.
You're welcome,
Yeah.
Sax Man.
Kevin
Okay.
Hart's like, where did you get that? He goes, out of my prison purse. He's like, oh.
Yep. I remember that. That was some funny shit. Wasn't that the one where they went to the biker bar? At one point?
Oh, Nazis. Oh my God.
Are we talking about the same one?
Yeah, he takes them in there so he can make friends with his own kind before he goes in.
Yeah.
You know, that goes tragically wrong. And
Yep.
then at the end of it, he's giving financial advice to all the guys in the hood, you know, and they're all like sitting there on the computers day trading and, you know.
Yep. It's a good flick. If you like Kevin Hart, it's worth a watch.
His voice, after about 10 minutes, normally I want to reach through the TV and strangle him.
He's
But
better than Chris
that
Rock,
one-
though.
That one there,
True.
man, you know, that one there, I was laughing, you know, the whole way through it. So his voice didn't really annoy me.
Kevin Hart's one of the guys you just kind of get used to. I just like him as an actor. I don't know how he is as a person, but as an actor, I really like him. He's funny as shit. I've seen him in so many different things. He's just, you know, I like most of his stuff.
Have you seen The Wedding Ringer by chance?
Yes. Yes.
Seen the what?
The
The
movie.
Wedding
Yeah. The
Ringer.
Wedding Ringer.
Uh-uh.
He's in that. It's worth a watch too.
Okay, I'll check it out. He's in another movie too called something like The Real Husbands of Hollywood or some shit like that. It's a fake reality show about the husbands.
Oh shit.
And there's one scene where he's got a Bugatti, some kind of expensive ass $3 million sports car, and he's in like a community center outside talking to this little kid, and the little kid's talking smack to him and telling him that he'll take him out, talking about if he races and beats him, that he'll give him his car. And the little kid says, I can take you out. And the kid ain't about 5. He's just all up and all up in Kevin Hart's ass, just giving him shit from the get-go. But it looks like it's funny. It's like a little mini series or something where it's not a movie. It's like different shows, like a reality show. But it looks funny.
Hey, Vanguard, NAS.
What?
NAS. Not small, bitch.
Wow.
Damn.
I do this with all my groomsmen. Dry run.
Oh God. Saxman make it back?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Hey there.
Hey.
So was the car backfiring? A mule? What was it?
I don't know. I peeked outside, just went up the way there, and didn't smell bullety.
Okay.
So
You know what? I just thought of two apartment tales from apartment living. We'll call it that. I've got to share them because they're fucking hysterical. Because you live in the area you do, you can appreciate the two stories I'm about to tell you, and I think everybody here will get a chuckle out of them. The first one came out of my apartment. This is back when I was married to my ex, and we lived in some fucking dumpy ass apartments not far from where I worked. One night, I don't remember, I want to say it was night maybe, we were getting up to go do something, or I had to go to work or some shit. I don't remember, but walked out. Here's this fucker leaned. Now he's laying in the parking lot against the curb. And this sumbitch has puked a river. And he's laying in it. Pass the fuck out. And I'm looking down, I'm saying, you know, this is classy. I mean, this is nice. You know, this is what I want my children to come out and see. You know, first thing is you. So let's go to the other extreme. I don't remember if we heard some fighting going on or whatever, but at some point we lived on the middle. It was a 3-story apartment, and there was 3 in the front, 3 in the back. Yeah, and it was. She had 6. She had 12 total in the building. Somebody on the downstairs got thrown through the damn living room window. I'm talking about saloon style. This is something airborne. This fucker bled from there up the stairwell by my door, down the steps, into the parking lot, handprints all down my fucking car.
ugh.
And then a trail of blood from there to down around the corner towards the entrance of the apartments. It's like, bro.
I hope you got their wallet.
I didn't get nothing.
Oh,
I had to clean that shit off my car. I mean, you know.
I'd have just gone through the car wash.
I hope you got their wallet.
I mean, but it takes a special kind of person to get thrown through their fucking apartment window. Well, I assume it was their apartment. Maybe they got caught.
What's up, Joker?
Maybe they were on Quantavius's girlfriend or something, and you know got walked in on. That tends to piss guys off.
Yeah, it does.
But this motherfucker went airborne through that window. I want to say I heard him go through the window and a bunch of carrying on. And when I came out, like I said, it was a trail of blood. You know,
Splish.
it's like, dude, you might need some stitches.
Said I hope you got his
You
wallet.
might think.
I wish I had gotten it, but here's the thing. If I had gotten a wallet, it wouldn't have no money in it.
I was gonna say $20, man.
And all the
Okay.
credit cards ain't probably been stolen.
Probably.
So, all I did was go to jail for
Saxman
what
is a opportunist at its finest, man.
Damn straight.
That's who I'm taking into battle, man.
Damn me paying gets a
Don't
car
leave
detailed. His ass is
anything
going.
behind.
See, I wasn't even thinking about that shit. And the first thing I came out, I hope he got his wallet. What the fuck?
You know, check for identification, man. You know,
Yeah, check for identification.
and then also to see if he has any allergies when he called 911, so you can relay all that important information to,
Mhm.
you know.
I don't know, dude. That was just sorry. Those were tales from the apartments I wanted to share. They were both. both
We need to do a segment like that every week where, you know, T tells us about a tale from apartment, or, you know, maybe like, I don't know, tale from the 1800s or something.
Oh God.
Just understand, y'all's motherfucking ass ain't that far behind me. That's all I'm saying. I mean, if Jay was here, you know, I know he'd be throwing stones. He might be busy tonight, but I keep telling Jay, I said, Jay, I can see you in my rearview mirror. So you ain't that far.
You can see a lot of people in your rearview mirror. I mean, I can see you in my rearview mirror if you're behind me.
Oh God.
Well, I'm saying chronologically.
Oh, okay.
On the
All
road of life, my friend.
You know, yeah, we are younger than you. Yes,
So
a lot younger than you. You know, I mean,
I'm perfectly comfortable where I am. There's times I wish I might be a bit younger, but then I might not have the wisdom I got today. So I think I'll hold on to what I got and see what the future holds.
Well, they say old age and treachery always beats youth and youth and vigor or whatever.
Yeah, you know, I can still go a few rounds. It'd be all
so
right.
what you're saying is we're all young, dumb, and full of cum, and you're old, dumb, and out of cum.
No.
No, it just, it's one of those. We've learned the hard way that it's better just to fucking shoot your ass than to talk about it.
You remember Raiders Lost Ark when he stands
Exactly.
in the door, and all them fucking people, and that one dude comes up grinning, swinging that fucking scimitar. What did Indiana do?
He shot him. Boom.
Pulled out that damn pistol, pointed at him, bam, dropped his ass right there in the middle of him.
Actually, a funny little side note about that scene. The director, when he did that, he yelled, "Cut, cut, cut. What are you doing? You're supposed to pull your bullwhip and fight him." And he goes, "Why would I do that when I got a pistol on my hip?"
Well, if I remember correctly, when he was filming that, didn't he have the flu or something? I want to say Harrison Ford was sick. He was sick with something, if I'm not mistaken, when they were shooting it. And he wouldn't cancel shooting. And he said, no. I mean, he did exactly what needed to be done. He wasn't the John Wick of the 1940s. He did exactly what he needed to do. So, yeah, there comes a point in time where all this bullshit where you got to get out there and just fucking shoot them, move on, save the energy for something more important.
Look,
That's right. Quesadillas, man.
I'm not your age, T, and I'm already at that point. No, look, there is no fuck around and find out in my situation. I'm going to be the one in control.
Yeah. I mean, I look at people now and it's like, I'm not even going to fuck with you. If you make the choice to come across that lane, then it's going to end quick on my side.
Exactly, because I got fajitas and beer at the house. So,
Fajitas.
Don't be knocking fajitas.
Yeah, my girlfriend, she said, so you don't fight anymore? I said, nope. And I said, if that person really wants to take it that far, you're going to hear a couple of pops, and that's going to be about it.
And it ain't a hip.
The only fight you're going to hear is me trying to get ID off of them so I can figure out who they are.
There again, did you get their wallet?
And that's
exactly.
Did you get the car keys?
I guess it depends on whether I want the car.
Drive them home. Because I do know where a good mechanic shop is, T. If you do get the car keys.
Okay. So you're saying if I need to get the chop shop to cover the cost of the disposal of the body, we're good to go.
I don't know what you're talking about on that. I mean, Vanguard, he's got the hogs.
Well, this is true. But, chickens will do the same job.
No, chicken litter will.
I don't know. Chickens will eat just about anything. They're the feathered goats of the world.
Except for teeth.
You take a pile of chicken manure and you bury a body in it, the ammonia and everything in it will break it down within a week.
Okay.
And
I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about.
off of it.
Y'all are messing up my pure mind. I don't know.
Now, I've heard a gator hole is just as good, too, though. So,
Oh, gators are awesome, man. They like to carry their shit down the bottom and play with it.
And pigs are even better.
Well, yeah, I mean, pigs are good too. I mean,
Problem I heard with pigs is you got to pull the teeth out of the before you feed them to the pigs. Although that's the only thing the pigs won't digest.
well, but
That's what I heard. A friend told me that. I think his name was Hud, something like that. Anyway,
well, I mean,
you know what I'm talking about, don't you, Vanguard?
let's all just agree that we'll handle it. We'll handle it as we see fit.
T, you trained us well.
I guess so.
I mean, those hundreds of years of experience of doing this, it's just finally paying off, isn't it?
Well, you had to learn a lot of shit in the Continental Army. So,
Bet you did.
between fighting gangrene and everything else, you had to improvise.
How do you get rid of dysentery back then?
Wash your hands.
You just wait until it runs its course, I guess.
Quit picking your teeth after you wipe your ass. That'll do it.
Yeah. Wash your hands occasionally. Take a bath.
Yeah.
Don't shit where you eat. Those are all important things to remember. I mean, if you follow those few steps, you'd be surprised how much better your way of life may actually be.
Got pink eye, you got stink eye.
Damn. Just damn. I mean, you are talking about the same back then. I mean, you used everything from corn cobs to damn oak leaves. So
They should know way back in the day they shared the same sponge. That's fucking
can't do it. Mm-mm.
dip and scrub, dip and scrub.
Don't screw.
Can't do it, brother.
Oh.
I mean, I guess desperate times require desperate measures, but
Hang on a second. You can't do it or you didn't do it. Which one was, or both?
no, I ain't. Mm-mm. I ain't sharing a shit sponge with nobody.
It's my sponge, damn it.
Kevin, use the sponge again. This smells bad. There's corn on this fucking thing.
Oh God.
You've been eating walnuts again?
Well, I tell you about eating them fucking berries you keep picking.
Give me your fucking wallet.
That's right. Just ain't like it's a bad thing, man.
Did you check to see if they had a gold chain too?
I would.
I mean,
Wedding
my
ring?
thought was the dude got through the window. He probably didn't have anything on him, hence why he got thrown through the window.
He might have had a wedding ring on.
Doubtful.
Maybe, but I'm thinking either A, he didn't leave with all his clothes,
Gold teeth.
or he got shit beat off of him before he got thrown through the window.
Well, he might have left with his gold teeth.
I don't know, dude. When I went down there to see the wreckage, this fucker got thrown through the window, and all the blinds were all fucked up and pushed out. I mean, it was some of that good Simon and Simon fist fighting from the 80s.
So it was kind of like when you were in Dodge City and
Now, it wasn't Dodge City because you didn't have the metal blinds you got to fuck up. You know, the
right,
cheap
right.
blinds
You
that came
had
in the
sliding
apartment.
doors, and everything and all that. So it was kind of like that.
No. This was more an 80s kind of somewhere between Simon and Simon and Miami Vice fighting. Somebody getting thrown through a big plate glass window and fucking up all the blinds and plants and shit.
Right, but it gave you flashback of what you saw when you said you visited Dodge City back in, what was it, 18 what?
I mean, in Dodge City, that was a blur because we were mostly drunk and playing cards.
Yeah, but didn't y'all have the occasional bar brawl and stuff?
Yeah, but if you were smart, you weren't involved in that. You were involved with whichever painted woman you had sitting in your lap.
You know, and grabbing when the bar brawl broke out, you grab stuff off the table, like all the.
Yeah, but again, if you were the smart one, you were pursuing other things instead of getting your jaw broke.
Right. But you know, when it all broke out, grab stuff off the table and kind of go back over. Did y'all take side bets on who was going to win those? By the way,
Do what?
did y'all side bet on I bet that guy kicks that guy's ass. 3-1.
Sometimes
Or did that come later? Hey, how hard was it to run, quote, molasses during Prohibition?
Do what?
How hard was it to run, quote, molasses during Prohibition?
I guess depending on what you're running them with.
Well, I mean, didn't you say a Model T V8 was the way to go?
Well, sometimes you want to use a horse, sometimes you want to use a boat. It's all about how you were trying to transport in the winter.
Okay.
You just didn't want the government man to catch it. So any way you could bypass where he might be.
All right.
So strategically placing stills. That's what it's all about.
So you never ran anything from Canada or anything like that?
No, that wasn't my skill set. I kept my shit local.
All right. And then how many cases of booze could you put in a Model T Ford?
Well, I guess depending on the size of the bottles.
Just regular, let's say regular quart jars.
I don't know. I mean, if it's just you probably get 8-10 cases.
And that was
now get busted when you're taking the damn curves running for people.
That was what, maybe $20 or $30 worth, or what?
Depending on who you were selling it to.
And then also how good the liquor is.
Oh God!
The fuck was that?
That's what you hear right before somebody takes your wallet.
Right.
Yay!
Oh. All right. We ready for some parting words?
Yeah, we're way out in the weeds.
That's how we like it. Best view.
All right. Guess we'll hit Moose.
Pass.
Pass?
No. All right. What do we want? We want Wisdom by Moose. We want what?
Words from the Moose.
Words for the Moose?
From the Moose.
From the Moose. Okay. Do not take a penny and stick it in an electrical socket on a dare.
Oh God.
Just do it for fun. Okay. I promise it'll light up your life. Now,
Damn.
don't trust your government. Always watch your six. Spend time with your family. And if anyone would like Christmas gift ideas, for me, just hit me up. I'll give you the list. I prefer just cash, and I'll give you the address and all that. You can mail it to. I don't do Venmo or PayPal or Bitcoin or any of those fancy apps and stuff. Just straight cash will work. And if y'all could do that, it'd really help me out so we could finally have this thing called a good Christmas everyone talks about. But anyway, yeah. But on a serious note, everyone, I guess that movie really would be worth sitting down and watching. I just have issues doing it, and helping the Obamas. I just can't get past that. But people need to sit down and probably watch that movie and look at it from the angle that Vanguard was talking about and Saxman was talking about, because it sounds like it's pretty much giving you like a blueprint what they could do. And it's happening right now. I mean, if anyone thinks that we don't have terrorists and people that want to bring America harm coming across that southern border, I got some beachfront property up in Wisconsin I want to sell you cheap, and I mean that really bothers me and scares the shit out of me just thinking about it, because it's not a matter of if it happens, it's a matter of when will it happen, and everyone needs to be prepared for that day, all right, if it happens or when it happens, what are you going to do? Because you're essentially going to be everything from 911 to the health provider, so, everyone kind of needs to remember that, watch your six, everyone, right now, because the world's crazy and it's only going to get crazier till election day, in my opinion. I think next year, when the election season kicks off, you're going to see the 2020 summer of love. It's going to come back and it's going to be the 2020 summer of love times 2. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am on that one. So everyone, get prepared now. Be a step ahead of the game, not a step behind the game.
So you're saying be a Kevin Bacon, not a
Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke.
I haven't seen the movie, so I don't. The guy that was prepared, yes, be him, not the guy that shows up going, I'm useless. I mean, if he said, I think y'all said one of them said he was a teacher and he was useless and all that. No, he actually wasn't useless, because he could have learned something from the guy, the survivalist, and taught it to someone else because he's a teacher.
Yeah, but he needed to learn that years ago, not right now at the 11th hour.
Right.
I mean, it's not going to learn any good. It's not going to be any good to learn being prepared when a nuke's dropping the next day.
Right. But, in a situation like that, like I said, it's better to be prepared than showing up going, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do anything.
Right.
And take the time. If I had to give someone some advice, if you know how to fish, for example, take the time to teach your kids how to do that. If you know how to hunt, take the time and teach your kids how to do that. If you know how to start a fire with just a flint rod or rubbing 2 sticks together, take your kids and teach them to do that. That was something I remember a couple of years ago. My son got into survivalist stuff. He's always building like little makeshift forts and, just doing stuff like that. And he said, Dad, I want to learn how to make a fire. And I said, okay. And he pulled out he got a cigarette lighter from somewhere. I said, no. And I handed him a flint rod and I said, here you go. Use that striker. And he said, I don't know how to do that. Well, I showed him how to do it. He sat out there for 45 minutes. And he finally got those sparks to land right and got one going. He was madder than hell whenever I put it out and said, do it again. And then he realized it got easier and easier and easier, and he couldn't understand how within 5 strikes I had a fire going, just about every time, you know, but I taught him how to do that. Then I showed him a trick with a 9-volt battery and some steel wool.
Yep.
And he said, that's a lot easier than flint rod. I think I'll just do that. I said, no. You can't, because you may not have that. You know? And I said, and so we did a variety of, you know, stuff to, you know, now can I take a stick and all that? No, I can't do that. You know, with a bow and I can't do that.
I'm not that.
But,
I keep dryer lint and a toilet paper roll.
but I mean, you hand me a Fahrenheit rod and some kindling. Oh yeah, I can get you one. I can get you one going. You know, I mean, I can do it with leaves or dryer lint or some Blackbeard or, you know, that little fire accelerant.
Mm-hmm.
I can use that, or,
Cubes.
you know, yeah, I guess.
What did you say?
He said,
Oh,
dude,
fuck.
but take the time, everyone's on a serious note, teach your kids something, a skill that you know how to do, you know, teach it to them.
I agree.
You know, aside from the bonding experience it is with your children, you're teaching them something useful. Now, they may never need it, but they know how to do it.
Yep.
And my son was telling me that when he was with his mother and his stepdad and they'd go camping, he said after I taught him how to do that, he said he would go and start the campfire for the night. And his stepdad said, how'd you do that? And so my son showed him. And he said his stepdad was like, huh. His stepdad still can't do it. He's been trying for years, which I think's hilarious. But 40-something-year-old man can't start a fire with a flint rod.
Some people just don't have the gift.
It's just sitting back, relaxing, patience, and learning how to land those sparks just right. That's the trick, you know. And then sometimes, if you have to, shave a little of the flint off, make your little pile, you know, and then land it in there, a little Fahrenheit, and it'll help it catch. But I mean, teach your kids a skill like that, you know, something. You know, and I'd recommend fire because, you know, fire you do a lot of stuff with, everything from boil water to drink, to cook, to make, you know, have light at night, you know, keep you warm. You know, smoke can keep mosquitoes off of you, to a bunch of things. You know, but you know, but teach your kids something, people. Teach them a skill that you know how to do, and if you don't know how to do it, learn how to do it, and then teach them. You know, great way to spend time. Also, little fun projects like that. So
There you go.
long-winded tonight. Sorry.
That's all right. It's all you, sex man.
Let's see.
Oh,
We're waiting.
Hold on. Sorry, I was choking on air.
What are you choking on?
Air.
Hair?
Xenon. Air. Like oxygen, nitrogen, xenon,
Okay.
carbon monoxide.
I'm just getting clarification what's going on over there.
Oh shit! I need water. Okay, so don't trust your government. Really, be on the lookout. You know, to use that old liberal saying, if you see something, you know, say something. But really be on your guard. Look out for your neighbors and your friends. And in this Christmas season, again, you know, really all year, you know, love on your friends and your family. That's what I got.
All righty. Well, I kind of hit off everything you guys are saying. I agree. You know, if you get an opportunity to teach your kids, grandkids something, do that. That's something they'll always remember and take with them. Excuse me. Currently, I got to teach mine archery. She's wanting to learn to shoot a bow. So that'll be my next thing to teach her before I go to firearms. But Sax makes a good point. You know, Christmas season's right here. If somebody was going to set something off here, do something stupid, create some sort of fuckery, this is the prime time to do it. When you're out and about, pay attention. If you see something, like you said, let somebody know.
And look for the wallet.
It's straight.
Yeah, if there's a wallet, fucking get it. Get the fucking wallet. I don't care what else you do. Get the fucking wallet. I've been schooled. Get the fucking wallet. That's your number one goal. Don't matter if they're bleeding, choking, calling for help. Get the fucking wallet.
You can use the wallet to stick it in their mouth if they're having an episode.
And you can order Uber Eats while you're waiting on EMS.
Exactly. Get some fucking Dominoes.
Don't forget about the car keys.
Nah, I should have my own car. If I'm having to take theirs, there's a problem.
They might land on the hood next time.
But that being said, all seriousness, pay attention to what's going on around you. Anything can pop off at any time, and it's going to be a self-rescue situation more than likely. Don't make yourself a target out there over the holidays. You need to stay frosty and keep your head on a swivel to keep you and your loved ones safe. With that being said, I'm going to shut the hell up and pass it off to Vanguard. Deuces, everyone.
I don't.
Deuces. Really?
Oh God, yo, I am struggling, and I apologize.
Get his wallet quick.
It's not my fault.
T, this is your chance. Get his wallet. Practice.
Damn it, man.
Oh my God.
Fucking hell, you're going to make me choke.
Okay. All right, fun show. It was good. We went a little long, but it's okay.
We had fun.
We had fun. So I'll kind of jump on what Moose said. Y'all check the movie out. You just have to look past the background structural support of the movie. I think they may look back and be like, oh shit, we fucked up, right? So get out there, watch it. I could see that as being something that gets pulled. But anyway, y'all spend time with your family. It is, I know it's hard to do. It is holiday season. So try to do small acts for other people. You know, even if your prime motor apparatus is the same as mine, is wake up every day and try to be a dick to everybody. It is good to sometimes do something nice, even if it's just opening a door for somebody or whatever the case may be. Right? Try to hold on to a little bit of humanity. Now, I know it's tough out there and there's a lot of shit going on. And I will go back to say what I did on the last live. Reach out to somebody you hadn't talked to in a while. You know, maybe an old friend. Maybe you've got their number in your phone. You just hadn't talked to them in a long time. Reach out. You never know what people need, right? Other than that, y'all be safe. We'll catch y'all Thursday. We do plan to be here live. Good Lord willing. We'll just have to see how it goes. You know how it is, a holiday season. Everybody's trying to catch up, get things done prior to a break, hopefully. I hope everybody gets a break. But other than that, thank y'all for coming out. T, Saxman, Moose, as always. Everybody out there live, appreciate the support. Make sure y'all hit that thumb and share. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Later, guys.
Later.
Good night.